be more Screams? What's the future of this franchise?
I want it to die.
Yep.
I'll be honest. I want it.
Yeah.
And my thing is, though, I feel like Scream is not the same as other franchises. Of course, we have 50, 100 Fast and the Furious and tons of Nightmare on Elm Street, but this is a franchise that's based in having something to say about horror. They don't have anything else to say at this point. So I feel like we need to give it a break. Let some more horror come out. Let some new trends happen so we have something to say. I will say I don't agree with like the hate that Neve Campbell has gotten. I completely agree with like the hate against Spyglass, but Neve Campbell built this franchise. She was with this franchise from the beginning. I get why she would jump back on, but I think we need to just be done. I really do. I'm so like I can't, especially that mess that was Scream 5. Scream 6. Like, no. We need to let it go.
D Movie Man?
Yeah, I think.
Let me ask you this before. Did you see the last two?
Yes.
Okay. So with that.
Yeah. The issue with me is that I think along with everything else that's been said about what the original, trilogy, or even just the first film, if you want to say that, what it did, I just feel like even now what made those films work was at least the realism and the threat of what could be happening to these people, and the very real, very intense threat of Ghostface and what he represented, and just this feeling of him being everywhere and not knowing where he's going to come. And I feel like once we start getting into territory where characters can get knifed up like multiple times and still survive, and still you don't really care about grounding this in something. I understand it's a film, but like the whole point was that this was grounded in some reality. You could just be at home minding your business and something horrible unimaginable could happen like this, and in a small town, or to the point. So I just think the fact that they're now turning this into this big city spanning, gun, is now Ghostface with the guns, and it's now like all these other things. It's just like it needs to, as was said, like if you can't make it about or get back to the roots of what it was, then just leave it alone and find something else to do, because it just gets more and more diluted and further away from what it represented in the first place.
And then I agree with Nikki and Dee. I think the films have said everything they could say. I don't know where they would take it. I know with Scream 6, the opening was really interesting. I really had high hopes that they were doing something completely different, and I was invested from that opening, and then they just kind of threw that away and proceeded to do what they always do, and I'm not interested in seeing it anymore. I don't think there's anywhere else left to take this franchise, and they should just stop.
Yeah, that opening to 6 had a lot of promise.
He did. I was excited. They stepped on it. As soon as he came in the store with that gun, I was like, what the
hell? I pretty much agree with the panel. I would like to see. I was very excited when Christopher Landon was on for 7, because I thought we could potentially go back to the roots of it. But I don't. I say one more and maybe just give Sydney the final out. I don't see this going past 7. I don't think they should.
What do you think they could say about
what's the final out for like Sydney?
I don't know what kind of out, because they've given her multiple outs, and
correct.
The only reason why she wasn't in 6 was because of contract issues with money. Mm-hmm. So if Nev's willing to come back, I would say let's just do 7 of just balls to the wall, go all out with just, I don't know, just go crazy with it, and then just end it there. No reboots, no recasting of the original cast, none of that. Just let it end with 7, and we're done. With 5 and 6, because it was Jenna Ortega and Melissa's like storyline, and that's done. They're not coming back.
Correct.
So if you got to do a 7, just at this point, I would kill Sydney off. To be honest, at this point,
kill Gail. Gail need to die.
Yeah, that's too.
And I love it.
Yeah, I think if they brought it back, it needs to be no legacy characters whatsoever. Just start over.
Okay.
But I don't know if rebooting it in current times would do so well, because what Dee was saying of the times of less cell phones, of people not being glued to social media and things. I know 4 kind of plays into that a little bit, but I don't think they would capture rebooting it with the magic, especially with Craven not around. So
I'm saying this now, but if there's a enticing trailer with Neve doing something interesting, I'll probably go see it. But I was really disappointed in Spyglass. It was pretty disgusting, what they said and did in regards to Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa's always proven herself to be a classy celebrity, and she continues that. And we chronicled it here, which is why I'm with Melissa. But I am blown away of once again just how amazing that first one was. But Hollywood being Hollywood, they needed more. That first one really it was Reservoir Dogs for slasher films.
Yep.
That's how I see it. So